Hello and welcome to Yoga 413. I'm Tani, and today I have a Vinyasa Yoga class for you that has a little bit of everything in it, including an optional arm balance. No worries if arm balances are not your thing. I promise you I will give you alternatives. Let's just enjoy our time on the mat. Always remember to honor your body, honor what you need today. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to begin our class today in mountain pose at the top of your mat. Coming into tadasana, feet are hip distance apart. Let's take a breath in, roll your shoulders down, your back, the palms forward. If you feel comfortable in doing so, close your eyes. Simply begin to connect to your breath and let go of any distractions or anything that's weighing on your mind today. Make the choice to just mentally stay right here, present on your mat. Aware of our bodies, aware of our breath. On your next inhale, open those eyes, reach your arms up and gaze up. Bringing the palms together as you exhale down through your heart center. Again, inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach up. Hinge forward. We're going to come into our first forward fold, Uttasana, softening those knees as much as needed. Feel free to add some movement here. Maybe alternate bending your knees, lifting your heels. Whatever feels good as you start to loosen up all down the back of your body. On your next inhale, lengthen, gaze forward into Ardha, your half lift. As you exhale, fold forward. As you inhale, begin to rise up strong through the legs with a flat back. Reach your arms up, bringing the hands to prayer at your hearts. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. Inhale, gaze forward, hands to shins, half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise up strong. Hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Swan dive, fold forward. Gaze forward, lengthen that spine, and fold. This time as you inhale, step your feet back, coming into downward facing dog. Begin to alternate bending the knees, again adding some movement, loosening the body. Then when you're ready, just find some stillness, find your pose. Lifting the tailbone up. Lifting that right leg up for one leg dog. Step the foot to the outside of that right hand as you lower your back knee. Let's lift the right toes off the mat and just drop to the outer edge of your right foot, beginning to open up the hip. Lifting that knee back up, step back, downward facing dog. Feet and hands, hip and shoulder distance apart. Lifting that left leg up, step the foot wide, back knee drops to the mat, roll to the outer edge of that left foot. Begin to lift the knees, step back, downward facing dog. Looking forward, step the feet to the top of the mat. Gaze forward into your half lift. Exhale, relax and fold. As you inhale, rise up strong. Bringing the hands to the heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Swan dive, fold forward. Inhale, gaze forward and lengthen. Exhale and fold. As you inhale, step the right foot back, then the left, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to our plank. Shift forward, lower all the way to the mat in a straight line. Tops of the feet into the mat as you lift your chest for cobra. Exhale, press up and back, downward facing dog. Stepping the right foot forward, then the left, lengthen that spine. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise up. Hands to heart, Samasthiti. Again, inhale, reaching up. Swan dive, fold forward. Half lift, length, and fold. As you inhale, the left foot steps back, then the right, lift up into down dog. Coming forward into plank pose, shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale, flipping the feet over, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take some breaths here. So as a reminder, cobra is your option for up dog. And you could even take that part out entirely and just maintain in down dog. Stepping the left foot forward, then the right, lengthen that spine into your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up. Hands to the heart center. Building heat as we move and breathe, reach up. Swan dive and fold. Half lift, gaze forward. And fold. Stepping right foot back, then left, down dog. Inhaling to plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhaling the right foot forward, then the left. Lengthen. And fold. Inhale, rise. Hands to heart center. One more time through. Inhale, reach up. Swan dive, fold forward, belly in. Half lift, gaze forward. And fold. Stepping left foot back, then right, down dog. Coming forward into your plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Exhale, downward. Inhale, left foot, then right, step forward. And fold. Inhale, rise up. Hands to heart center. Bending both knees, sit back into chair pose. So keeping our feet hip distance apart, simply step the left foot back, coming into warrior lunge. Taking the hands down, interlace, open the chest, binding the hands. If this isn't accessible to you, you're more than welcome to just grab the elbows or keep the arms extended. Make the class your own. Reaching the arms up if they're not already, open to warrior two. Taking the right palm up to the sky, reach back for reverse warrior. Gazing upward if it's comfortable for you. Now circle those arms all the way to the mat, step back to down dog. As you inhale, just come forward to a plank. We're going to hold in our plank for a moment. And then just softly bend the knees and hover the mat, pulling the belly in. Pressing the legs straight, lift the hips, down dog. Stepping to the top of your mat, bend your knees into chair pose, reaching those arms up. Stepping the right foot back for warrior lunge or crescent lunge. Keeping those arms extended or binding the hands, switching your grip, opposite finger on top. Draw those shoulder blades together. Begin to extend the arms, open to warrior two. Glance down, be sure that knee is not collapsing in. Left palm up, reverse warrior, reach back. Circling all the way to the mat, stepping back. Let's just move into plank pose directly. Hold here. Bend both knees, hover the mat, pull the belly in. Pressing that mat away from you. Straighten the legs, lift the hips, down dog. Adding on, stepping to the top of your mat, bend the knees into chair pose. Stepping the left foot back, find warrior lunge. Bringing the hands down, take that breath in, open up. This time stay or come into humble warrior with that back heel lifted, challenging our balance, pulling the belly in. Taking the hands down to frame that forward foot. Transition to side plank by stepping that right foot back. Find side plank. Coming into plank pose, feet and hands shoulder distance apart. Lift that right leg up, come into one leg dog. Exhale the knee through the chest. Rise up, warrior two. You're doing great. Right palm up, reverse warrior. We're going to add on to this flow. Straightening and lifting, coming into triangle. Reach as far forward as you can. Wherever that hand lands is fine. Gazing upward, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Taking the hands down again to frame that forward foot. Pyramid pose, so bringing that back heel in if needed to anchor it down. Adding balance by walking the hands forward, lifting that back leg up, standing split. Don't worry today on how high you can lift it. Maybe today you work on keeping the hips square. Bringing the foot down, bend your knees, chair pose. How are we doing? Check in. Let's do all of that on the other side. You're doing great. Breathe. Stepping the right foot back, come into warrior lunge. Binding your hands, switching your grip, open up that chest. Choose to stay or bow down, humble warrior, with back heel lifted. Taking the hands down to frame that forward foot. Big transition to side plank. Step back, stacking the feet. Woo, I lost my balance. Or you can keep them separated. Taking the hands down, find plank pose. Feet are hip distance apart. Lift up into down dog, bringing that left leg up. Step that foot forward. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Inhale, reach it back. Start to rise up. Find triangle pose. Lengthen through the side body. Transitioning to pyramid pose, bringing the hands down, maybe a little bunny hop for your back heel to land. Walking the hands forward, lifting that back leg up, standing split. Don't worry about how high that leg comes up. Not today. Bring the foot down, hip distance apart. Bend those knees, reach those arms up. Beautiful. Let's take a moment and stand in Tadasana. We're going to do that flow one more time, maybe a little bit quicker. Sit back into chair pose. Stepping that left foot back, find warrior lunge. Interlacing the hands, open the chest. Humble warrior. Releasing the hands, framing that forward foot, step back, side plank. Coming into plank pose, lift the right leg, coming into one-leg dog. Stepping the foot forward, warrior two. Reverse warrior, reach back. Rise up, triangle pose. Maybe some of you want more by extending the arm. You pick. Bringing the hands down, pyramid pose, square those hips. Bringing the hands forward, lift up, standing split. Bringing the feet down, drop into chair pose one more time through. Stepping the right foot back, warrior lunge. Interlace, switching that grip, lift up, bow down, humble warrior. Feels so good to move and breathe. Taking the hands down, transition side plank. Moving into plank pose, lifting that left leg, one-leg dog. Exhale, step forward. Rise up, warrior two. Reverse your warrior, reach back. Come up into triangle pose. Bringing the hands down, leveling the hips, pyramid. Shifting the weight, standing split. Bringing the foot down, bend those knees, chair pose, sit back. Rise up, exhale and fold. Lengthen, step or float back to chaturanga. Upward facing dog, down dog. Lifting that right leg, you're gonna step the foot between the hands, drop the back knee. Good. So very similar to warm-up, except now that foot is not wide anymore. Now straighten that forward leg. We're gonna come into our half split. So if you wanna drop all the way down, you're welcome to. Maybe you like the hips to stay up. Start to come back forward and step back to down dog. We're gonna try that on the other side. So lifting that left leg, step the foot forward, drop that back knee. Good, come into your half split. Bring it back forward, step back, down dog. So here's where we're gonna add on the optional arm balance. So lifting the right leg, step that foot forward. This time you're gonna have the option to keep the back knee up. You can stay right here if you wish. If not, reach that right arm forward. I want you to lengthen. Now give me a crunch. Squeeze, drop that shoulder underneath that forward knee. So right here, you can just rock forward and back if you wish and stay right here. If you want to practice your arm balance of running man, you are welcome to. You can just inch that foot forward, drop into your arm balance. Do the pose that works for you. Step back to down dog, drop the knees, take a child's pose. How did you do? That side is my harder side, but that's okay. I just work with it, right? Every day it gets a little bit better, every time I practice. Take a few breaths. Let's try it one more time on that other side. So remember, if you don't want to practice your arm balance, just practice that rocking, shifting your weight, and just feeling what happens, especially in those core muscles. So lifting that left leg, step it forward, You can stay here in this lunge or extend the left arm. Tuck shoulder underneath the knee, one hand on either side of the foot. Elbows are in. You can rock here, or you can stay in that forward position, elbows in, and try to extend the leg, dropping into your arm balance. Practice, you're welcome to hit that pause button. Drop the knees, child's pose. Let's go ahead and rise up, flip over, have a seat. You guys did great. We're gonna slow it down just a little bit, hold some stretches a little bit longer. We're gonna start with a half hero's pose. So I'm gonna have you extend your left leg out and bend your right knee back. Want to be really mindful. You should never have any knee pain. If you have any knee pain, this pose is not for you. You are welcome to just lay on your side and work here, bending back to stretch into the quad. If not, we're going to go into half hero's pose. So for some of you, this might be it. Others might begin to lean back. Others onto forearms and some flat. Just take your time. Find that long, steady breath, focusing on that exhale and that release. So you want to be real mindful as you come out of the pose, just as mindful as when you went in. Coming up, you're going to extend that right leg, shake it out. Do the same thing on the left, different side. So maybe it didn't bother the right side, but not feeling so great on the left. Take that alternative to roll to your side, or even lay on your belly and pull the knee up as well, or bend the knee. So take your time, working into your pose. And then take your time coming out of it. Lifting up carefully and slowly, extending those legs, shake it out. So we're gonna roll it on down. You're welcome to bend your knees for support. Hug them into your chest. We're gonna do a figure 4 stretch. So we're gonna cross that right ankle above the left knee, flexing that right foot. We're gonna grab behind that left thigh, or some of you might take it on up to the shin. Just try to keep those shoulders relaxed down. Go ahead and release out of that stretch. Switching sides. Left ankle above right knee. Grab behind the thigh or the shin. Focus on that extra long exhale, that release, that let go. Releasing the stretch. We're going to take the feet to the edges of our mat, bringing the arms up into goalpost. Begin to drop the knees right and left, side to side. Lifting the knees, you're going to reach up for those toes and coming into happy baby pose. Bringing the ankles over the knees, connecting the back all the way down into the tailbone, into the mat. Then bring the bottoms of the feet together, release down into reclining butterfly pose. Gently closing your eyes. Moving into Shavasana, final relaxation, extending the legs, extending the arms with the palms up. Just let everything soften and let go. Doing our best to just keep our mind free of thought right here in the now. And I'll be back with you in just a moment. Begin to take some nice deep awakening breaths as you begin to move the hands and the feet. Then softening your knees, rolling onto that right side into that fetal position where we just pause. It's a wonderful time to acknowledge gratitude for those things that you're thankful for. Maybe set your intention for the rest of the day. And then help yourself up to have a seat. You did amazing, and I hope you feel amazing. Let's reach those arms up over the head, bringing the hands into a prayer at our hearts. And from my heart to yours, namaste. Y'all have a blessed day, and thank you again for joining me for class. Hope to see you again soon.